Good morning, students. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you're following my channel. So, in the last class, I told you I've covered about the central nervous system. Now, in this class, let's talk about the peripheral nervous system and what are the types of nerves that arise from your brain and spinal cord. So, I can say that the peripheral nervous system is mainly of the cranial nerves. So, what are cranial nerves? So, you know that the brain is called the cranium, right? So, the nerves that are raising from your brain are called the cranial muscle or cranial nerves that are sending the impulses to other body parts, right? The same way, the lower part of your body is completely controlled by the spinal cord, where the nerves arise from your spinal cord. Okay, these peripheral types of nerves are to be so well remembered that I can give you a small chat for it, so that you can easily understand. So in this class, let's talk about the type of nerves that arise from your peripheral nerve system, origin and the distribution. Okay, so what are peripheral nerves and what are the types? There are actually 12 different types of peripheral nerve system that arise from your brain alone, out of which 8 actually arise from your middle oblongate. Okay, out of if actually they I told you 12 pairs of cranial nerves are present. Okay, there are actually 12 pairs, out of which you have 8 pairs arising from your middle oblongata. And you should be well aware about the sensory nerves and the motor nerves. So what are the sensory nerves? Which you know senses the whole body will take the impulse from your other body parts, and at the same time the motor nerves would send the information from your brain. So this is what we call the sensory nerves and the motor nerves. And you have 12 pairs of cranial nerves, out of which 8 arise from your middle oblongata itself. So let's see the table. I'll give you a small picture of it. So what are the types of cranial nerves? So if you go for that, see, these are the olfactory lobes, olfactory nerves that arise from your olfactory lobes of anterior part of your forebrain, and it distributes to your nasal epithelium, and the nature of the nerve is sensory nerve. If you go for the optic nerve is mainly present in near, I can say, near your the midbrain, right? Mesencephalon, right? This particular midbrain has got 4 optic lobes, which you call the corpus quadragemina, and origin is from optic chiasma, which would reach your retina of the eye, and again it is a sensory nerve. Oculomotor nerve, okay, they are the muscles of your eye, which would distribute to your nerves to a muscle of your eye, and they are again motor, which are under control. And you have the pathetic nerve or trochlear nerve, which would be between your midbrain and the hindbrain. Okay, and it is again a motor nerve. I called you trigeminal nerve. It's an important nerve that arises, the eyes, eyelids, upper snout, jaw, nose, it arises from like this. Okay, and they're called, that mainly includes ophthalmic nerve, maxillary nerve, and mandibular nerve. So maxillary and mandibular, you should be hearing that word in your teeth and all. Maxillaries, mandibles, and also the nerves that are supplying, like, take the impulses from them, is how it's called the trigeminal nerve. There are three number, they are called trigeminal nerve, and they are mixed nerves. They have both motor and the sensory. And you have the abducens nerve, okay, abducens nerve, and this nerve is also the other important, sixth important here, cranial nerves. Yes. Okay. This again a motor nerve. No, no, these all cranial nerves would, arise from your forebrain and some parts of your midbrain. And see, if I enter into the facial nerve, you have three different type of nerves, and you have auditory nerves, which are vestibular and cochlear nerves, and you have glossopharyngeal nerves, and you have vagus nerves. These are all the type numbers of. Please remember the type and the number as well. They may ask you what is a vagus nerve. It's a 10th vagus nerve. Vagus nerve is a 10th one, which controls the medulla part of your brain. Okay, and they are motor mixed nerves. Okay, you have spinal accessory nerves, which arise from your middle oblongata and reach the pharynx, larynx, and neck. You have hypoglossal nerves, which would reach the tongue. Now, if you go for the spinal cord nerves, so we have 37 pairs of nerves that are arising from your spinal cord, and that would, reach the origin or reach the destination of each and every lumbar region and other regions. Now let's see how the 37 pairs have been distributed to other parts, body parts. If you see the cervical part, you would be supplied with 8 pairs of nerves. You have thoracic part having 12 pairs, lumbar part having 7 pairs, sacral part having 4 pairs of nerves, and caudal part having 6 pairs of nerves. That is how the whole spinal cord nerves have been supplied to other body parts. Okay, 37 are the number of 37 pairs you are having, and that is how they have been. They might be asking you, so please be aware these questions can be asked in any exam. Okay, so that is how this particular peripheral nervous system would act. So if you want to have the mode of action, how the impulses have been transferred, I will also let you know in the coming class. After the autonomic nervous system, I also discuss how these nerves impulses are, how you catch hold of those nerves, and how the impulses are, sending you back, like how the brain is again getting it back. That is how it's a big journey. Let's start, and we'll also discuss in the coming classes. So see you in the next class, and thank you and have a nice day.